You have all been waiting very patiently, and now the time has finally come to reveal the 2014 Mangina of the Year Awards nominees. This year, like pretty much every other year in history, the competition was very tough. Heinous manginery was seen everywhere. But after a very careful and thorough, and by that I mean what would be the funniest, vetting process, the field has been narrowed down to 24 individuals and groups of like-minded people. So without further ado, let's proceed to the nominees. Starting with the Chinese block. The first nominee is literally the biggest pussy beggar of the year. This man spent 30 straight days showing up to his girlfriend's place of work and begging on his knees for her to forgive him. What was his crime? For what reason did she dump this fine, nice guy? If I were to guess, I'd say she told him he was too nice. Next on the list, we have a YouTuber by the name of Intentful Gentleman. This guy really didn't like the Sexodus article. In fact, he's a nice little slave catcher. He wants to bring us all back to the plantation and have us investing more time in women. He recognizes that most guys under 30 are waking up and walking away from the plantation, yet he wants to keep us chasing the pussy. If you read through the comments, he does mention that he's in a relationship. Perhaps he wants us to be as miserable as him. Maybe his girlfriend put him up to it. Maybe he's asking for help. Perhaps we'll never know. Now, upon the exit of the cesspool of Gamergators, we get to this year's favorite. That would be Jonah. Or Jay, if you go by his Twitter. This guy was given photo evidence that his girlfriend cheated on him. With 12 guys. At the same time! She went to a drunken college frat party and sucked off 12 guys the same night. And he took her back. And to make matters worse, he took a photo of himself kissing the lips that were just on all those dicks. Well, who am I to judge? Maybe he likes the taste of dick.
I nominate Aaron Clary. This dude is a weirdo and mangina to boot.
And that is, I have claimed that some men use MGTOW as an excuse for their failure with women and their cowardice, that they're just too afraid to go and approach women.
Let me get this straight. Young men are shy around girls and thus somehow find the MGTOW movement and then say to hell with women, they ain't worth it. All because they don't have the courage to ask a woman out? Seriously? Look man, I've said before that there are a lot of MGTOW who are just angered that women don't give them approval. And I also said so what? I mean, let's face it, one way or the other, you have to be a little disgruntled with women for some reason or another before you be MGTOW. So playing devil's advocate here, so what if there are men who are MGTOW because they're shy about girls? Who cares? Maybe they learned something from the veterans while they're in our space. There was this dude who said women reject short men, and he is a short man, thus rejected, and that's why he became MGTOW. I told him he was at best a temporary MGTOW because the moment some woman gave him approval, you know shorty is gonna bail on us. But whatever, as long as he is in our space, he might learn something from us. I mean, does it really matter how you come to be MGTOW? Look at all the different things that have led people to this or that god. Who the fuck sits around saying oh you only became a Christian because you used faith in God as a crutch to kick your drug habit? If you weren't battling drug addiction, you wouldn't be in church today. Seriously, who does that? Who cares what inspired you to take up a philosophical/spiritual path? What are you, Aaron, some kind of MGTOW purist? Am I the only one that sees major fucking irony in Paul Elam advocating that married men can be MGTOW, accusing anyone who disagrees of trying to set up a litmus test to be part of some club, and then loudly endorses Aaron's video, wherein he sets up a litmus test for, you're not a real MGTOW if your motives aren't pure? Am I the only one spotting the irony here? Anyhow, Aaron, you are calling men who are rejecting relations with women, cowards. Well goddamn, if I wanted to hear that speech I'd join a feminist seminar. Furthermore, women who don't approach men must equally be cowards, unless of course you are being a white knight mangina motherfucker and giving them the pussy pass. Is that it, Aaron? Men get shamed for not approaching women, but the women who are not approaching these men get the pussy pass? You fucking white knight mangina. You go on and on in this video about these men need to hit the gym, and essentially better themselves, and go get a woman. Jesus dude, I've heard this shit time and time again from feminists who want to mock MRAs and MGTOW. We're just not manly enough, we're butthurt losers, we're little Peter Pan syndrome failure to launch man children who need to work on ourselves to get a girl. maybe then we wouldn't be butthurt rejected MRAs and MGTOW. I've heard that crap from the mouth of feminists over and over, and now you're saying it. You know what? You're a fucking mangina. Oh, and you're also a weirdo.
So, in response to this, he pens a blog post talking about how Barbarossa needs to show his face, and then he messages me on Twitter at like 3 a.m., like 4 a.m. in the morning. I just happened to be awake at the time. Maybe we're in different time zones, I don't know. And so he messages me and says, well, you need to show me your picture so I can determine whether or not you're really going your own way because you can, or you want to, or because you just can't get any girls. I, of course, tell him, no, absolutely not. I'm not going to share any of my images with you whatsoever.
That's right, Barb. Tell him, no means no.
He messages me and he says, well, you need to show me a pic so I can decide whether or not you have voluntarily or involuntarily gone your own way due to women rejecting you. I said, again, absolutely not, no way, no how.
Aaron, you tweet this motherfucker at 3 in the morning hard up for pics and not taking no for an answer? Dude, what the fuck? Ravishing recruit. What do you think of this shit?
It's time to generate some fucking heat. And I think the rude awakening is damn necessary at this point. Because the fact is, ever since my absence, it seems that the war on MGTOW has become more and more viral. Paul Elam's crying like a little fucking girl, talking about, I'm gonna shit on the MGTOWs that are making fun of me and take their money anyway. And Aaron Clary's bitching about MGTOW while at the same time asking Barbarossa for cock pics.
Whoa, dude, Barb, you didn't tell us the dude was wanting dick pics. Aaron, what the fuck's wrong with you, boy? Asking for Barbarossa's dick pics?
And naked pictures of himself. I guess Aaron Clary wants to make a MGTOW porno where he gets all the prominent MGTOWs to show him dick pics or something.
Damn, Aaron, you a fucking weirdo. You got some kinda MGTOW fetish going on, collecting MGTOW dick pics. Dude, if you're that hard up for dicks, just preach some right-wing politics. Talk about what a sexy motherfucker Mitt Romney is. Just make a video about defeating the left, whatever that means. Will solve all of humanity's problems, and anyone who disagrees with that is clearly a leftist infiltrator. You make that video and I can promise you some Bernard Chapin cock. That's all Bernard does is make 3 videos a day on his knees sucking Republican cock all day. Because defeat the left is Bernard code for blowing the right. Oh shit, Bernard already caught a whiff of your right-wingism. Hell. He's already on his knees. Go Bernie go.
Yeah. Check that cock while you suck on it.
Oh hell, it's a whole right-wing circle jerk. Look at this shit. Look at all that circle jerking and cock sucking. It's a GOP orgy up in this hizzle, for shizzle. And if anyone has a problem with this right-wing circle jerk and suck fest, you're clearly a leftist. Anyhow, everyone go check out Raging Golden Eagle's video Mangina of the Year Awards 2014. Cast your votes, and vote for your favorite Mangina of the Year, from the 24 nominees. He has a straw poll and everything to vote on, and the poll will be open for 2 weeks. And now, Ravishing Recruit.
See, I'm personally getting real fucking tired of this war on MGTOW. Now I know it's probably gonna be a never-ending thing considering everybody's got their own opinions on the subject. But ever since A Voice for Men sold out, it seems like the attack on MGTOW has been bigger and bigger and stronger and longer lasting.
Bigger and stronger and longer lasting.
We've got more enemies than just feminists now. It seems that the tradcons, the sellouts at AVFM, and the PUAs, and just about everybody else wants a piece of MGTOW because MGTOW has been succeeding where all those other movements have been failing. They're sitting there calling us radicals. Well, you know what? I'm Ravishing Rick Rude. And I am a radical MGTOW. You damn right I'm radical. I embrace the role as villain. Saying, he sits there and says, you know, you MGTOWs never, you're always fighting against the right, but you're never debating against the left. Always picking on Phyllis Schlafly, but you never pick on Barack Obama or any prominent leftist. Well, Chapin, I say this as a friend and subscriber. I accept your open challenge. I accept your challenge. I will criticize the left in a video called The Trad Left. Now, this is something that nobody in the manosphere has ever come up with, but this is just as true as the Trad Con. We've all spoken about the evils of the traditionalist conservative, and we all know those guys are no good to the manosphere. But nobody's ever spoken on the Trad Left. And a lot of you guys may not see this as necessary, but I think somebody like Razorblade Candy would be proud of me for making this video. And someone like Chapin needs his open challenge to be accepted. I'm stepping up to the plate.
I'm looking forward to hearing your account of the Trad Left.
Because goddammit, it's time to generate some fucking heat. Ever since the war on MGTOW became a fucking thing, it's time for the rude awakening to bring in the new year and make it happen. Because we're getting sick of the rest of the manosphere attacking us. Just because the MRM is the PG era of YouTube and MGTOW has suddenly become the attitude era of the manosphere, that you guys are mad at us because we've succeeded where you have failed, MRM? Well, that's too fucking bad. It's not my fault that you tradcons and you fucking MRAs just keep on failing and failing and failing. Oh, we're the moderates. Those MGTOWs, they're radical. You're damn right I'm radical because I get shit done. Ravishing Rick Rude gets shit done. Barbar gets shit done. Razorblade Candy, Vention 1 MGTOW, Multi-Shadow 1975, Snowhawk, Raging Golden Eagle, Stardusk, Spetsnaz, Sandman. We all get shit done.
And if you're wondering what sort of stuff we get done, how about this? All of AVFM's token females and all these female MRAs. That shit is a panic-driven reaction to MGTOW, you see. Preaching the same tired anti-feminist pro-conservative crap for over 100 years now has not scared or bothered women. Feminism would continue to chip away at gender norms because it could. The worst threat the right wing has ever had was, knock off this independent woman crap so we can protect you and worship you as goddess of the home. Yeah, big threat that was. MGTOW said you cunts done goofed. Fuck y'all, you're on your own. We aren't picking up your mess. We're not defending your honor and protecting you from the ghost of Karl Marx, or blaming your selfish behavior on any scapegoat, to lure you back into the safety of being under men's protection. Catch it on your own. Good luck to ya, and if you can't handle independence, die in the streets like any man who can't handle it. No take-backs. It's over, we are free, and you are fucked. That scared women, and now they are pouring into the MRM to socialize men, as women put it. Socialize men, in this case being metaphor for getting in men's space, tone policing, concern trolling, merely go-stroking, to condition men into their subservient role as plow horse, protector and provider for women. These feminists in MRA clothing are repeating to you the same conservative talking points they were laughing at just 7 or 8 years ago before their biological clocks started ticking, their student loan debt started growing, and this thing called MGTOW threatened to fuck up the safety net feminists could always count on. So to all the white knight tradcons licking the cunts of these conservative bitches, say thank you MGTOW for scaring these bitches onto our side. Of course it's a shame that whenever these bitches get a divorce they'll be right back on the Democrat bandwagon collecting welfare without a drop of shame. What MGTOW is, and what we do, is the only thing that has ever truly frightened women. We hold women responsible for their behavior. Right-wing extremists just blame Marxism. No matter how bad women fucked up, men have always been their safety net. MGTOW says, safety net no more. Women are far more aware of social trend and change than men are, and let me show you a Google trend. MGTOW is growing, and even before the term MGTOW caught on, the thing in which it is, has been growing for some time now. High student loan debt, higher cost of living, has gotten many feminists to settle down into the warm welcoming arms of patriarchy. MGTOW is a feeling women are getting, the feeling that men are tired of being safety nets. So when the women come to the MRM, that's a subconscious knee-jerk reaction, a reaction to a fear, the fear that warm protective patriarchal arms may not be there to catch them when they fall from their privilege pedestal. And when Rick is rattling off names, saying we get shit done, he means spread the word, solidify the idea, take us to greater levels of understanding the situation, awaken thy brother, perpetuate the phenomenon, conservatism, preserving the tradition, the norm, the status quo, fear of change, has been around forever. Western conservatism, post-industrialization, has been around since the French Revolution. Tell me how much that's done for men, not people, but just men. Feminism is over a century old, and stuffy fear of change right-wing conservatives have been telling men to man up, faggots go to hell, women are to be barefoot, pregnant, and in the kitchen, for well over 100 years. No matter how much good the right wing can do economically, when it comes to righting the wrongs done onto men, conservatism isn't an answer, but an obstacle. We're tired of the partisan politics, we're tired of this fruitless left-right bullshit. The left enables the right and the right enables the left, and the war goes on and on with one great consistency. Whatever happens, men get the short end of the stick, because women defect, men cooperate, prisoner's dilemma reference, thus women win and men lose. Trying to conserve and preserve marriage and the old-fashioned sex division of labor, or just defeat the left, is not only not beneficial to men, it's regressive and detrimental to men. The resentful left and the fearful right fight over economics to which lifestyle choices are based. The libertarian extremists fight an existential war against the government that the slave-minded public built, while not realizing they need to acquire freedom internally first. MGTOW is the first step. MGTOW is anarchy of the soul, the spirit of male freedom. We seek not dominance or subservience to women, only autonomy, not to be confused with chastity. Once we are free internally, we can work on shedding our cumbersome government that our collective free spirit no longer needs. But I look at the fear-driven regressive right wing, and the life's not fair give me my handout left wing, and there isn't a drop of internal freedom to be found, just ideological crutches and dependency on order. The left and the right argue, and it's a bit like a newspaper from the year 1799, being printed over and over. When Rick Rude says getting shit done, I believe he means moving forward. The left and right have been playing a post-French Revolution tug-of-war for at least 216 years. Come on damn it, it's been a 200-year stalemate. Like the Buddhists say, let go. MGTOW is the way forward. It is not the answer to all of our problems. It is a new understanding to the gender problem, and all cultures are based on the male-to-female dynamic. The battle of the sexes is the oldest and most important battlefield, and that's the field we fight on. So go on Tradkins, with your rally the troops to tug of war for another 200 years, against the left. Us MGTOW are moving forward, and the names such as Rick Rude mentioned, are torchbearers. You Tradkins and defeat the leftists types can join us anytime you want, or play tug of war for another 200 years, whatever, we're moving forward with or without you.
And seeing as how this whole thing has gotten ridiculous to the point where it may as well be the WWE, it may as well be pro wrestling. Hell, I can even go as far as to say, Dean Esme got his ass collectively handed to him by Razorblade Candy not a few videos ago, considering the fact that we don't even know where Razorblade Candy makes his videos. Hell, he could have made that video on the top of a fucking plane after he collectively handed Dean his ass to him. He could have easily been on the top of a plane 35,000 feet. So to quote Mr. Perfect,
I'm the guy who took down Brock Lesnar at 35,000 feet.
This is the man who beat Dean Esme at 35,000 feet.
I beat Dean Esme at 35,000 feet. Now, to my audience, these two videos I am endorsing. I think everyone will get a kick out of Raging Golden Eagle's 24 nominees for Mangina of the Year, and while ravishing Rick Rude's pro wrestling promo style of MGTOW commentary may not be for everyone, I think you might like this video. It's a good introductory to his style of commentary. His MGTOW from a wrestling perspective really shines, really peaks in this video. Now as for the update, sorry I have been gone longer than I had originally planned. I was making an instructional video for a friend on how to build a computer, shop for parts etc. I think half the damn video was spent trying to explain the motherboard, and half of that was easily trying to explain the fucking PCIe slots. At the exact time I was making this 2-hour plus technical video, I came down with the worst cold of my life, a month later, and I still have some nagging symptoms, and of course family stuff for Christmas time. On top of that, computer problems. Ironically, I make a long extremely difficult video on computers, and then my fucking RAID controller dies. So, yeah, stuff like that. For less than a week now, I have actually been relaxing for a change, enjoying some fun adventures within a Minecraft clique of mine. I will be making the third and final judgy bitch trial video. I know I said it would be my next video, but I've been able to keep you guys somewhat entertained with a few easy to make videos, so I figured I'd get those out there. I have to read Janet's blog again, because I read it once, but my mind has blocked it out because it's a 100-page mommy blog. Reading that thing is like the scene from A Clockwork Orange where Alex has his eyes held open, forced to watch films to program his mind while being administered medicine. Yeah, her mommy blog is like that. I already find her guilty of an offense worse than traditionalism. She fucking bores me. Anyhow, I'll be getting back to some video making. Apparently I have to, because I turn my back for 1 month and half the manosphere needs their asses handed to them. Oh, one more thing, Aaron. When you preach defeat the left, and Bernard goes down on you, the great thing about a bald guy giving you a blowjob is you get to see a reflection of your own smiling face off the reflection of their scalp. Hey, why do you think in spite of my disdain for childish doxing, I still like John the Other? And why do you think I left a 1500-page comment on Davis MJ Orini's channel? You know what, come to think of it, there are a lot of bald guys in the men's movement. And then I got to thinking about famous bald celebrities, and their notorious homosexuality. I get it now, Barb. Aaron wasn't trying to dox you or anything, and ravishing recruit. Aaron didn't ask to see a pic of Barbarossa's dick, he said show me your head, as in scalp. Aaron just wanted to know if you were part of the club. Well look, Aaron. Barb don't swing that way, so no more 3 AM Twitter booty calls mate.